You just said right before we started here that you're getting ready to eat in a little bit. Is that a new thing in fight week now that you're up at 170?
It definitely is a new thing, that's for damn sure. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat for sure. I'm hungry.
You made the move earlier this year. You got up to the title shot. You lost it. That whole decision for you
To go up?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. They just needed someone to fight at 170, so I just said okay. I mean, it was just I didn't like sit down and make an active decision. I'm going back to 55 after this fight. I'm call Eddie Alvarez and go down there and fight him for the belt. Trying to get it done in New York, so we'll see if it all goes through. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. 55, 70, just kind of float back and forth. 70 is a lot easier, you know.
Right.
For sure. More fun.
You've looked very good at 170, but you looked really good at 155 for a while too. I mean, is it unfair for people to right now to say, "Wow, you look so good at 170"? Because you had a really good stretch at 155 as well.
Yeah, I mean, we did 9 straight, you know, of top 10 guys. So, yeah, but I guess it's fair to say. I mean, I don't know.
It seems like it seems like everybody tries to put like some master plan to what you're doing. Oh, he went to 170, stayed there because he looked well, and now Eddie Alvarez has the belt at 155, so now you go back to 155. But I don't know that you're really a planning kind of guy, right? You're just,
no.
Hey, whatever's coming up.
Grip it and rip it. Yeah, exactly. There's no plan, you know. I really don't know who's next. I don't really care, man. I'm pumped. I enjoy fighting. It's one of my favorite things to do in the whole world, so I love every bit of it. He beat, me going down there and trying to fight RDA again, who whipped my ass twice. It'd be tough to go, rally for a title shot with that, but, he got dethroned. Eddie stepped up so that, I should be able to slide right back in there, I think.
Right. You had that shot earlier this year. How frustrating was it for you to have such a good stretch and then you go in and then the fight certainly did not go your way?
It sucked, man. Like I said, this is the highest highs and the lowest lows of the sport. So, yeah, putting all that time in and going there and especially getting your ass whipped in 5 seconds, that was terrible, So, whatever. Moving on.
It feels, so many people talk about how important the title is, and I'm sure the title is important to you, but it doesn't seem like that's the ultimate thing in your life that you're obsessed with, right?
No, just fighting. I love it, But the title, I mean, sure, one day I'm sure I'll home in and be like, all right, it's time. But right now, I just love making money and fighting.
I guess what plans do you have this week? You always have something going on in Las Vegas when you're here. You're always doing something.
Yeah, we brought our Harleys out. We brought the boat. We'll play on Lake Mead. We'll probably go out there this afternoon and hang out and nothing too crazy.
You had a stretch where you weren't doing that stuff, right?
Yeah, I gave it up for a little while and then didn't work out. Gotta get back to my having fun again.
Was it just not? It just wasn't fun for you to have fights that way. Was it something you were thinking like maybe this will?
Yeah, I was drinking the Kool-Aid, man. I was trying to do what everyone said. Eat right, train right, sit in the hotel room, and just just wasn't for me, man. Couldn't do it. Yeah.
And you're back staying at the RV?
Oh, yeah. Back RV life, baby.
I guess explain to people what, kind of why you do that and what goes into it. Because most people say, oh, you go to Vegas, you have a fight to prepare for, you got a comfortable hotel. Why aren't you staying there?
Not as comfortable as your house, though. Like, if I could tell you, hey, man, we can lift your house up and you can go sit in it. You'd be like, yeah, I got my TV, direct TV, whatever I want. My dogs are with me. I got a king-size bed in there, fridge, everything I need's right there. It's all my stuff, my towels, my blankets, my underwear. You know what I mean? I don't have to pack a bag. I just get in and go. And so it's so comfortable to just drive my RV out. And I have my truck, like we just drove my dually over here. So if I need, plus when we stay at the RV, everything's like I can go. They have a little breakfast bar. It's $2.50 for some breakfast. Well, if I was going to eat at the buffet on $40, take your coaches out to eat $400. You know what I mean? So over where I'm staying, there's Five Guys and Chipotle and all the ale house, regular restaurants that you can go Whole Foods shop and you don't have to pay crazy strip prices. For me it's important. It's great. Plus I love Vegas, man. Everything's open late and you can do whatever you want. And it's amazing.
You don't have to tell me. It's the best town in the world.
It really is.
You are fighting in Vegas this week, T-Mobile Arena, and it's not your first time there. Not only UFC 200, you were at a concert there.
Yeah, George Strait. King George. Man, he killed it. But he sang so many songs. I felt like I was in a strip club. You know when you get a strip club and you get a dance and the song is so short? That's what it felt like with King George, man. He was really he was hammered doing what I felt like cutting the front and the back out of him. He was just getting the meat and potatoes of the songs. But It was an awesome show, man.
What about the venue? You saw fights there as well. The T-Mobile Arena. What's that like?
It's huge, man. It's great. You know, it's good. I'm excited to fight there. Hopefully, we don't have a bright mustard canvas this time, but
that was weird, right?
God, I walked in like, what is that? But whatever.
Would if you were fighting that night, would that have thrown you off at all? Would that have been a distraction?
No, it wouldn't have thrown me off, but I think it threw the camera off. Like
right.
I felt like I was like when you're watching, like, because you'd watch it on the screen. I felt like I was watching like old footage of somebody's fight. Like, God, where'd they dig this, you know, King of the Cage footage up at, right? You know, I mean, that's what it felt like.
That was last show with the old owners.
Yeah.
New owners kind of coming in. It's a lot of the same with Dana White being there and everything. But
sure.
What's your take on the new era of the UFC coming up?
I don't know, man. We were just saying that on the way over here. Like, yeah, it's so crazy. Like, I've been with Zuffa for a while now. You know, I'm about to make my 32nd Zuffa walk. And I've seen people come and go, both sides of this sport.
Right.
Reporters, Zuffa employees, fighters, you know. So it's crazy. I don't know what's going to happen with the new owner. I mean, what new, like, structure on pays are going to be? Like, are they going to reamp, or are they like, man, we just spent $4 billion, y'all ain't getting paid a mother thing, right? Like, is that going to happen? Or are they like, you know what, let's open up a fighters union and let's really make this, because Ari, the guy who bought it, they have actors, they have the SAG union, you know what I mean? So he's very familiar with all that. So is that something that's going to be, that he's going to be opposed to or not? I mean, I don't know. And are they going to say, all right, all of the Zuffa employees that were previous, we're going to clean house and bring in the new power team? I don't know.
Here was my thought when you were just answering that. They own PBR, right?
Yeah.
Any chance we see some...
Me riding a bull? I would ride a bull just like the bulls I used to ride were PRCA, were not on that would be like you saying, oh, you're an amateur fighter, why don't you come fight in the UFC, right? So
well, if you're a pro wrestler, you can do that.
Yeah, right. So I would ride a bull, and it would have to be the baddest bull they got just to get out there.
Right.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's gonna buck me. I'd rather get bucked off in 1 second on a bad bull than a turd one. So but yeah, I would gladly. I love the PBR, man. Those guys are that is definitely the toughest sport on dirt for sure.
And last thing, you got Rick Story.
Rick Story.
Think about him.
You know, he's running his mouth saying that he's gonna beat me with liver shots and pressure, but who gives a f what you say? I don't know. I'm excited, man. He's like a old school brawler, no ground game, elementary wrestling, and just like real wide hooks, and it'll come straight at me, you know. So we'll see. So
it seems like you're at least paying attention to what he's saying. Does that stuff ever get to you?
No. The only reason I know he said that is because when I was doing an interview, they asked me, they had told me what he's going to do, so I don't pay attention to that shit. That's the only reason I know, because the last interview told me that. But, yeah, hell, talk all the shit I want, I don't care. I'll go out there and have fun. The days of me getting mentally involved, I can't fight angry, because it's not a good idea.
Awesome.
I had a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
All right. Just wondering, when you were talking about the fighters union, what is your stance on that? It seems like you're kind of for it in some sense.
Yeah, I'm definitely for the union. I mean, I came in as well. So when I first signed my very first Zuffa contract, I made 2 and 2, 2,000 and 2,000. You know, now the sport's getting bigger, and now I think the guys are signing for, you know, 12 or 15,000. I'm not sure what the base pay is now, but everybody has to come together. It can't just be Cowboy saying, yeah, we need a union, because they'll say, nah, Cowboy, we don't want a union, and then the guy over there will say, I'll fight for $500 just to be in the UFC. So we have to have some kind of, everyone has to band together, you know, and I would gladly stand for it. You know, I think we do need a union, man, 100%. I think there's certain, not only for the pay, but I think, you know, medical and dental, and there's in a retirement, you know, there's a lot of other things that are very beneficial out of a union, other than we're just not getting paid enough, right? Like that's it can't be our only leg to stand on, right? So, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of benefits that go into a union, and for the fighters and against us, you know, because a union, we can narrow people like, man, you can't You can't say that, or you get fined by somebody, and as a union, we could come and say, man, he shouldn't have been fined for this, right? We don't believe that was right. We don't believe the actions you guys took for this particular fighter was right. So we're going to stand together and we're going to take that, you know. And now it's like if they want to do something, they just do it. What are you going to do?
I never thought I'd see the day when Donald Cerrone talked about a dental plan.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever had dental work done? That's about $1,500 a walk-in. You want to get your teeth cleaned? Shit. Yeah, I want a dental plan.
Being that, you know, you always go out there, you're talking about going...
See my Trump shirt?
Yeah.
This Obamacare is about to be gone, baby.
a little bit about the Don.
The Don.
It's like he does MMA in that shirt or something.
Yeah, he is. He's supporting everything that's right in America.
When you talk about like all the stuff that you kind of get away and do for your releasing, like
sure.
You like to skydive, you like to boat, you like to go to Lake Mead,
yeah,
take the boat out. What of those things brings you, I guess, the most peace? Like when you get out there and helps to get your mind right before a fight.
Well, man, just being on the lake, I'm like a water dog. So like when yesterday we were just day after day for cruising, you know, just running your hand through the air, just riding on the water, man. It's just jamming on the radio, you know, put a good one of those. Like music is probably the single most important thing in our culture, I think, because you'll hear a song and you're like, eighth grade, right? Like, boom, takes you back. So music, it just, I put on, you know, a song I like, and you're just out there cruising, man, and driving the boat on the water, but I'm thinking, you know, third dimensional off somewhere else, you know, it's like just even thinking about the fight, even not thinking about the fight, you know, it just doesn't matter what the song is or what my mood is, and you're just like, just cruising, man, just enjoying life. So to me, the water, like Sunday when we were out there, was perfect. No wind, no distractions, just fun, all good to everyone out there vibing, you know. I'm really about good energy and vibing, you know. So a couple beers, good energy, and hanging out, man.
And you've obviously done this fight game since, you know, kickboxing, WEC, UFC. So, you know, when you talked about like wanting to get after Eddie Alvarez or, you know, what happened with RDA, where do you, like, I guess, find the inspiration, the motivation to keep it going? Is there something specific that keeps you going? And
I love it. I mean, so the opponent never matters to me. That's always been the thing I've always said. Like, I don't ever need a who, just a win, because I just want another day, another chase, right? And there's nothing. It's like the greatest drug in the world, man. When they raise your hand, oh my God, the feeling's unbelievable. So, and even back in the kickboxing days, with my buddy Mike, that's who he's traveled the world with, and we'd countries, and we'd just go fight our asses off, and it was so fun, man. Just the journey and the experience of it all. Like we'd, you know, go to Tokyo, and of course him and I would go hit Roppongi, and we'd go out and rage all night, and then we'd show up half drunk to fight. But that was all part of the experience, man. It was so fun, and nothing's changed nowadays. But I don't know. It's crazy having that feeling of, damn, I gotta fight in 5 days, right? Here it goes, and then lights, camera, action, you're in there.
Is there any one of those that you ever get like a different kind of feeling for? Or is it always that same, like, damn, it's time, let's go?
Man, back in the day, I never had any ups and downs. It was always just fight, go. Now that learning this side of it, like the media, right? The hype train. That this is supposed to be the biggest fight, like the Conor Diaz 2, like those guys. I mean, they all day they're talking, hyping the fight. So does the fight live up to it? You know what I mean? Like, it's hard because all Diaz's families and friends are expecting him to win that fight. You know, there's so much pressure on him, and so it's like, there's a lot. So it's tough. So that's the only hard part you ask. I mean, what if is anything different? Sometimes this doesn't match this, and you got to figure that out. You know, like there's been times when I go out there to fight, and you don't have it. You cannot. It's like grinding, trying to find second gear. You can't find it. You can't get motivated to go out there and get your ass kicked.
So the last thing for me is just that you brought up Conor and Diaz.
Yeah.
I know Conor's had a little bit of fun with you at these press engagements.
Sure.
You know.
Sure.
Is there any part of you that still is kind of like, I want to get after that guy?
You know, Conor's really good at talking. You put him a camera in front of him, he's great at talking, but A lot of people don't know when we're backstage with those guys, they line us up in a line. You know what I mean? Like we sit backstage sometimes and that crickets and nothing to say. So I literally stood next to him before we went out there on the crest, and then all of a sudden he had something to say, like, yo, dude, I'm a man. Like, you had something to say. You could have just told me back then. We could have figured that shit out, but you want to do it on the stage and then not even get off the stage the same direction me, have him take you off the other way. So, like I said, he does a good job talking and selling fights. So maybe he should go to WWE after Diaz whips his.
When that happens, does that bother you, or do you look at it and say, like, oh, that guy he's just selling a fight, that's what he does?
I mean, at this point now, it's like, yeah, he's just selling a fight, this is what he does, you know, man, like, he's just real, that's what he does. He's very good at speaking, you know. Chell was another one that's great at speaking, you know, and then he sold himself into a title shot, man, so